Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM18 and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 66 with Enfield Town FC. Well, there is some great news, some really good news, and some good news. The great news is we are getting improved youth facilities. In addition to our improved training facilities, I took a flyer when we had about $1 million in the bank and went to the board and said, hey, look, we need to improve the youth facilities. And they essentially said, yeah, we noticed they're kind of crap, so here's some money to fix them up. The good news is that I am also studying for my Continental B license. And the other good news is that we are still unbeaten in league play. And believe me, we have tried throwing it away more than once. After losing to Crew in the rematch of the FA Cup second round, we went away to Northampton. And we absolutely thumped them 4-2. Adam Michael had an own goal for Northampton in the 24th minute. Mungo Bridge had a hat trick. Goals in the 37th, 47th, and 69th minute. Tom Collins missed a penalty kick in the 35th minute. The Northampton keeper made an acrobatic save. We were just better than them this day. 17 shots, 9 on target. They're 12 and 7. Slight possession advantage. As you can see, a lot of our shots took place inside the box. We were attacking most of the game. We pressed them. We had a lot of opportunities, and we made the most of them. We followed that up by absolutely thrashing Scunthorpe 5-1 at home. Mungo Bridge had a brace of goals in the 6th and 86th minute. John Greenwood had his own hat trick this game, goals in the 31st, 70th, and 88th minutes. Stephen Walker was injured in the 47th minute with a concussion. He was out 3 to 4 weeks. Kel Rogers broke up the clean sheet with a goal in the 81st minute. I am still trying to figure out why they are considering this shot by Bridge as a shot on goal, because it's literally 15 yards out of bounds on the right side. Anyhow, Scunthorpe just could not put it together. They only had 7 shots, 2 on target. We had 19 shots, 8 on target. Again, the majority of our shots were inside the box. Their defense was on the back foot all day, especially after Bridge scored the 6th minute. They seemed just to kind of settle back and wait for us to bring it, and we did. Next came a 3-3 draw against Bristol Rovers at home. Jack Lee, a 28th minute goal. Barry Cousins, a 57th minute goal. Bridge, a 74th minute goal. Luke Amos had a 16th minute penalty kick, and then Brandon Thomas Asante had goals in the 25th and 53rd minute for Bristol. This was a really even game. We had 15 shots, 6 on target. They had 16 shots, 7 on target. We had a huge possession advantage, but we really couldn't do anything with it. Johnny Mitchell had a mistake that Brandon Thomas Asante absolutely pounced on to score. We had our chances, especially later in the game. We just could not get them to go. Greenwood had 3 assists. He assisted on all 3 goals this game. But now he doesn't want to sign a new contract because he doesn't feel the youth players are developing properly, which is mildly annoying. He's been my best player for the better part of 2 seasons now, and I really don't want to lose him. Next up, we were away at Plymouth, and we absolutely threw this game away. We had 12 shots, 4 on target. Plymouth had 11 shots, 7 on target. Lucas Greenbirch had a goal in the 76th minute, and then I went back to the counter, and 7 minutes later, Josh Laurent broke through and had a really nice shot. It was frustrating. The defense just absolutely collapsed. I don't know if it was a mental mistake or what, but they left Laurent uncovered and he equalized. And try as we might, we could not get the winner in the remaining time. And then away at Gillingham, we essentially did the same thing. John Greenwood had a brace, goals in the 5th and 15th minute. Paul McKay put one on board for Gillingham in the 33rd minute. They were on the attack all game. 23 shots, 8 on target to our 14 and 6. We had a slight possession advantage, but as you can see from the chart, a lot of their kicks were from distance, and a lot of them were wildly off course. However, in the 85th minute, another defensive lapse led to Danny Mullen scoring the equalizer. And despite the fact we have been unbeaten in our last 23 league games, we fall into second place behind Wickham. Anyhow, I have set the best 11. I will start this game in just a minute. Starting today, we have Ward in goal, Bamba, Lee, Adams, and Mitchell as the defensive back four, Collins, Knight, and Archer as the midfield three, Bridge, Cousins, and Greenwood as the strikers up top. On the bench, we have McDonald, Tanner, Ormerod, Greenbirch, Kelly, Schofield, and Ashton. Have a couple players with a couple niggling injuries. That's why they're not in the starting lineup. Tanner is actually leaving the club after this game. I'll go through the first part of the transfer windows. 20 minutes in, not a lot of action going on. Notts County is definitely on the attack. 5 shots, 3 on target. We are no shots, well, 1 shot, none on target. Alsop with the goal kick. Knocked away. Knight has it, sends it over to Archer. He sends it up to Greenwood, who crosses it in, but it's a poor cross. It's knocked away, but Collins ends it up with it eventually. Knight sends it back to Collins, who sent it into Bridge, charged by the goalie. No foul there. Knocked away by Estrella. He sends it up towards Gill. Knocked to Dernan. Now his pass was bounced off Collins. He sends it up, and Estrella's there to step in front of it. Dernan has it again. Long pass. Gill is there. And Ward with a nice block. Corner kick in for Notts County. Lee knocks it away. Corbett runs it down. Madison to Wellen. Oh, Bamba steals the ball. Foul on Collins. Madison with the kick to Corbett, and Ward with a nice save. Alsop with the kick towards Gill. Nice for, well, he loses it. Looked like he was going to control there for a minute. Mitchell with a long pass up to Greenwood. Cross it to Bridge, to Cousins, and he scores. Well done. Nice assist by Mungo. Just before the halftime, too. Nice home crowd today, it looks like. And my assistant coach absolutely muffed the halftime talk. Hopefully that won't affect us too much here. Richards with the throw in for Notts County. To Madison. George. Knocked away by Bamba. Wellen has it for Notts County. He sends it all the way back to Alsop, who sends it up. Collins is there, though. Long, long pass. Greenwood out in space. His pass is errant. Bounces off Doherty. Corbett has it now. His pass is errant. Bamba knocks it up to Collins. Over to Bridge. To Bamba. Collins again, who taps up to Knight. Sends it back to Lee to Collins. Over to Knight again. Out to Mitchell on the right. He sends it up to Archer. Breaks past his man. Crosses it in. And Cousins is there with a goal. His second of the game. That was some nice ball movement by us. Nice volley by Cousins. Well, Notts County has been technically better with their shots, but they just haven't gone in. Coming up on 60 minutes. Greenbirch is going to go on for Greenwood. Alsop's kick. Knocked away by Lee, but it goes right to Greaves. Madison sends it over to Durdan, who's dribbling down the right. Crosses it in. Adams knocks away, but it goes to George, who taps over to Corbett. Madison is there. It was a nice shot. You know, sometimes you do have to just step back and applaud. Bamba with the throw-in. To Knight. Over to Collins. Back to Lee. All the way over to Mitchell, who's alone on the right. Crosses it in. Cousins is there. And he loses the ball. George has it for Notts County. He sends it up to Corbett. Taps over to Gill. Centers it to Madison. Back to Gill. Richards has the ball on the left. Oh, Gill's got it. Denan's there, and they've tied it up. And again, another defensive lapse. Bamba just let his guy go. Durnan got right behind him. Knight's going to move over to Collins' spot as the advanced playmaker. Ormerod's going to come on for Collins. Kelly's going to come on for Bamba. I don't know, it seems lately for every good play Bamba has, he has 2 or 3 boneheaded mistakes. He can't be tired. He hasn't had the international games in a while. 5 minutes at a time. Okay. Well, they got some tired players on the pitch. Let's see if we can't take advantage of it. Doesn't look like it. Alsop sends it forward. Kelly knocks it up, but Mugabe's there for Notts County. He sends it up to Durnan, who doesn't chase after it. Lee, back to Ward. And that is the game. Another tie. 16 shots, 4 on target. They had 14 and 9. Cousins, a very nice brace of goals. And we had the possession advantage, but too many mistakes. So things have been pretty quiet on the transfer window. John Archer re-signed with us. Kilmarnock came in and made an offer because he was 6 months away from his contract expiring, but I had already signed him to a new contract. He just hadn't accepted it yet. Colchester made an unsolicited offer for George Tanner that I accepted. He's just, I don't know, 3-star current, 3-star potential ability. He's an okay fullback. It's just, he just hasn't been doing it at all the last 10 or so games. And I've been playing Mitchell more at the defensive right back spot. He's on a 7-1. I wish I could put my finger on it. It's just, I've seen him make more mistakes than I have him make good plays. And frankly, we're not losing anything if Mitchell comes over to play defensive right back. Colchester's offer will go up to 17,000. A lot of that depends on whether or not he gets 50 games in. But even if he doesn't get the 50 games in, we're still getting value for him. Plus, we're getting 20% of his next sale, which is a little sweetener on top. We may never see anything from that. He's been a good player for us, but I think I can do better. A couple of other players have come in. They were out of contract, but could only come in the January transfer window. First up is Nicky Hayward, 19 years old, 1-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, defensive center back, can also play defensive right back and sweeper. Comes from Cardiff Met Uni, the home of the great Harry Owen. I got him in, immediately turned around and loaned him out to my lower division affiliate, where he is playing defensive right back. Good natural fitness, decent physicals, good decisions, good determination, nice heading. His marking and tackling are okay as well. His technicals could use some help. Some of his mentals could use some help, especially his off the ball and vision. But I knew the instant I signed him, I was going to be loaning him out again. He's a project for us, but I think in 2 or 3 years with some tutoring and some first team playing time, either here or at a couple loan assignments, he will be ready to step in. Pavel Zook is someone I've had my eye on for a while, and my scouts have absolutely failed me on this. When I scouted him, he was 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. I brought him in his depth, 23 years old, Polish international, comes in at a 1.5-star ability and was immediately surplus to needs. In terms of our midfield depth, he's like our 7th best player, and he's not even a great tutor, to be honest with you. I mean, his first touch is okay, his long shots are okay, his passing is okay, his technique is nice, his concentration, bravery, and anticipation are on the wrong side of average. Some of his physicals are okay, but the rest aren't really. He's a backup player who's earning 625 pounds a week. I'm really hacked off that my scouts muffed this so bad. 21 games unbeaten in League 2. And 2nd place to show for it. Last clean sheet we had was against Doncaster. But maybe against Port Vale we can get ourselves right. I'll be back with that game in just a bit. One transfer move to talk about. Ramarni Medford-Smith joins us from Notts County. I think this is a good move for us. 26 years old, 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, good physicals, decent mentals, decent technicals. He's going to come in and switch back and forth with Bamba for the rest of the season, and depending on how he plays will determine what his role is with the team next year. I wanted a little bit more depth behind Bamba. Graham Kelly is okay, but he was making as many mistakes as Bamba was, and it was just getting to be too much. Came in for 14,250 pounds. Has been on more than a few teams. Notts County, Portsmouth, Crawley Town, Reading, Boreham Wood. Has been okay. Probably his best season was at Crawley Town, where he had 43 appearances, 2 goals, and 3 assists. His salary is a little high, but that's because I scouted him, and then I made him a transfer target, and my director of football went out and negotiated everything. The fact that he only paid $14,000 for this player is fine by me. We had the transfer budget to deal with that. The salary, yeah, it's a bit on the high side, but I didn't want to cancel it late in the game. Plus, I have enough left in the transfer budget that I could adjust it down and still have some cushion in the payroll and not exceed the fair play rules. So, possibly still a little action left in the transfer window, and we'll have to see what happens. I got a couple offers out on a loan player, but a couple higher division teams also made offers for him as well. And then one more potential transfer, and that would probably be it for this window. As it stands, we've got Port Vale next. I'm going to set the best 11, and we will come back with that game in just a bit. Ward is in goal today. Medford Smith, Lee, Adams, and Mitchell are the defensive back 4. Collins, Knight, and Archer are the midfield 3. Bridge, Cousins, and Greenwood are up top as the strikers. Noel McLeod, Bamba, Olmerod, Greenberg, Walker, Slynn, and Ashton are on the bench. Tanner was our captain. When he left, I selected Cousins as the team captain. He's got the best leadership and the best teamwork on the team. 22 years old, coming into his own, I think he'll do a good job for us. He kicks it into the crowd. Woods sends it up to Lee, but it's knocked around, and eventually Port Vale has it. Gray sends it up to Watson. He crosses it in. Catherall's there. He sends it back across to Gray. Centered in the top, and Ford knocks it past Ward. Now, Ward almost got a hand on it. Watson at the box, and Ward absolutely missed that. What the heck was that? Jackson with the throw into Jarvis. To Walton. Ward got absolutely faked out by that. Come on. Port Vale's absolutely mugging us this game. Bruce with the goal kick. Knocked away by Lee. Gray runs it down for Port Vale. He sends it up. Lee overruns the ball. Walton gets it in. Catherall, who absolutely buries it in the back of the net. Son of a gun. There's been a lot of that happening in FM18 where the defender will just overrun the ball with the attacker right there, and they turn around and score. I've done it more than one occasion. Catherall with a Karate Kid Flamingo kick to score. 30 minutes in, and Port Vale is just dominating us. Medford Smith with the throw-in to Collins. Back to Medford Smith. Over to Knight. To Collins, and he loses the ball. Ford sends it up to Catherall. Lee steps in front of it. Lee knocks it forward again. Bridge gets behind the line. He's got options. Crosses it into Greenwood, and Greenwood scores. And get one back. Well, the nice thing is Bridge didn't try and take the shot there. He had two options, and he used them. Adams picked up a yellow card. Okay. 11 shots, 5 on target for Port Vale. 5 shots, 2 on target for us. I'm not going to make any halftime changes. We'll see if the guys can't get a quick start. Cousins with the ball. Now, almost dispossessed. Archer has it. He sends it to Mitchell. Crosses it all the way across the field to Medford Smith. Collins has it. Bridge gets behind the line. Crosses it in. Greenwood's there. And he scores. Off the opening kickoff. Very nice. Second good assist by Bridge today. Now, Medford Smith recovers the errant pass. Collins sends it up to Cousins, and his shot's blocked by Bruce. Make a couple changes here. Walker is going to come on for Collins. Bamba is going to come on for Medford Smith. Slynn is going to come on for Adams. Because if I don't switch them out now, Lord knows one of them will get a yellow card and get sent off. Corner kick in, and it is knocked away. And Lee picked up a yellow. Fabulous. Bruce with the kick. Bamba sends it to Walker, and his pass bounces off a Hall. Gray has the ball now. He sends it up. And Lee got a second yellow card. Mother. Gray has the ball for Port Vale. Long pass to Jarvis. Over to Walton. And Ward with a nice save. Pushed it just far enough that it hit the crossbar. And out. 3 minutes of extra time. Ward with the ball. Up to Knight. To Cousins. Out to Bridge. Back towards the center of the field. Jarvis gets the ball. Sends it up to Catherall for Port Vale. His pass goes to Surridge on the right. He centers it. Slynn knocks it away. Watson has it. Long pass goes right to Newsom Port Vale. But his ball goes to Mitchell. Sends it to Archer, to Greenwood. Up to Cousins. Over to Walker. And the ball gets knocked around. Ford ends up with it. Oh, good grief. The ball's going everywhere. Woolley with the ball for Port Vale now. Catherall all alone. And he puts the game out of reach. Well, we knew the win streak had to come to an end sometime. And frankly, it's a good accomplishment. It really is. But losing like this is just annoying as hell. Oh, the guys are going to get yelled at. I may take away their off day. Lee's a team leader now, especially with Tanner gone. Son of a gun. Blow the whistle, ref. Let's put this game out of our misery. Double yellow card in 3 minutes. Port Vale definitely earned it. John Greenwood did his best, but wasn't enough. "21 games. Critics now feel Enfield Town would be condemned to struggle in the lower reaches of the table. Are they kidding? Have they not seen the table? "60 points, 2 points behind Wickham for first place. There's no way we're going anywhere near the bottom of the table. Pundits, I swear. You know, we're going to skip ahead again to Stanley and Carlisle. Well, from September 18th to the 11th of January, we did not lose a game in league play. And we had 7 clean sheets. It's a good job, boys. Let's not throw it all away now with 17 games left in the season. Well, that was a heck of a win streak. It had to come to an end eventually. I didn't think the end would be 21 games into it, but here we are. My biggest fear now is that the guys are going to absolutely fall off a cliff, will fall out of automatic promotion and into the playoffs, and then lose in the playoffs, which would be frustrating as hell. I wasn't expecting this sort of success this year, but, you know, it's one of those cases. Now that you're here, you want it. You want to keep it. I think Port Vale will be an eye-opener for the team, and how they react the next couple games is going to determine how the rest of the season goes. These yellow cards are starting to be a problem, though. And once again, I have defenders who just aren't defending. So if we do get promoted, I suspect that a lot of them would be leaving. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18. I thank you for watching.